Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatye Namaha, Shri Satgurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Satgurum Brahma Vidvaram Manojavam Marutatullya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vadatmajam Vanarayotamukhyam Sri Ramadutam Sirasa Namami Santoshini Jaganmata Mama Saubhagyavriddhaye Namaskaromi Bhaktya Tvam Prasanna Varada Bhava Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kridau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Namah Pranavarthaya Shuddha Jnanaigamuktaye Nirmalaya Prashantaya Dakshinamuktaye Namaha Satchidanandarupaya Vishwotpattyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Namaha Nilam Bhujasyamalakobadangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panau Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvamsanatham Krishno Rakshatu Mam Charachara Guruhu Krishnam Namasye Sada Krishnenaiva Surakshito Hamasagat Krishnaya Dattam Manaha Krishna Deva Samudbhavo Mama Vibho Krishnasya Dasosmiham Krishne Bhaktirajanjalastu Bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyam Namaha He Krishna Tubhyam Namaha. So we have seen up to 7th dasakam. We have to take the 8th dasakam today. So in the last sloka of dasakam 7:10, it was mentioned that Brahma, who manifested himself in Satyaloka as Hiranyagarbha, was blessed by the Lord after showing him his abode, Vaikuntha. Now the activities of Brahma, after having been blessed by the Lord, they are described in these 2 dasakams. Now let us see. Verse number 1. Who is chanting?
I'm chanting, Swamiji. Hari Om, Swamiji.
Okay.
Evam tavat prakrita prakshayante brahme kalpe hyadime labdha janma brahma bhuyastvatta evapya vedan srishtim chakre purva kalpopamanam.
Prakrita prakshayante. At the end of the Prakrita Pralaya, or Mahapralaya, Prakrita Pralaya, at the end of a great deluge. Prakrita Pralaya or Brahma Pralaya or Mahapralaya. So, and Adime Brahme Kalpehi, in the very first Kalpa, known as Brahma Kalpa. Brahma Labdha Janma Evam Tavat. Now, I hope you have some idea about this. I have told this before. What is this Mahakalpa? Now, Brahmaji's one day is equal to one day means 24 hours is 2000 Mahayugas. Mahayuga means Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga put together. That is 4.3 million years. 4.3 million years multiplied by 2000 is the one day of Brahmaji. Now, during this one day, after 1000 years of Mahayuga, 4.3 multiplied by 1000, that is the waking hours of Brahmaji. And when he goes to sleep, the entire creation goes and merge with him. Like when we go to sleep, the entire world of ours will merge with us. It becomes dormant. So then morning you get up, everything that was there before become manifest. When you sleep, it goes into unmanifest state. When you wake up, it becomes manifest. The same way, Brahmaji being the total, the entire creation goes to sleep means go into an unmanifest state. And when he wake up the next day, again the creation starts. So that is what is being said here. Brahma labdha janma evam tavat. Brahma who came into existence in this manner, apya vedan bhuyaha tvattayeva, having got the Vedas from you yourself. That is, here he is addressing Bhagavan Guruvayurappa, the one who is residing in Guruvayur temple, that is Lord Vishnu. Chakra system perform the function of creation, Purva Kalpopamanam, in a manner comparable to that in the earlier Kalpa. So according to our Hindu culture, we have no creation. Creation means it is a cycle. Whatever that was there before in the unmanifest form, bringing out in the form of manifestation is called creation. So creation, the word is not correct. It is from unmanifest to manifest. So that what was there before, that alone is brought to manifestation. That is called creation. Now continuing.
Soyam chaturyuga sahasramitanyahani tavan mitaschara janir bahusho ninaya nidratya sautvai niliya samam swasrishtaihi naimittika pralayamahuratosya ratrim.
Saha ayam ninaya bahushaha ahani. He Brahma, having spent many times, days, Chaturyuga Sahasramitani, just now I explained to you, each extending over a period of 1000 Chaturyugas, tavanmita rajanicha, and an equal number of nights. 2. Asau didrati niliyatoi. He sleeps merging in you alone. So when Brahmaji goes to sleep, where does he merge? He merge with Paramatma, only Brahman. So stay samam, along with his own creation. So when we go to sleep, where the mind rests. So have you thought about it? Your body is resting on the bed. Where does the mind rest? The mind rests in Paramatma. That is why when you get up, you are fresh, rejuvenated. And all the repair work is done during that time by the body. So that is why that's why every day when you sleep, you are going home. So that's why when you don't sleep one day, you feel miserable. So we are going home every day. Going home means what? Paramatma. We are resting in him. The same way Brahmaji also, total creation, rest in him. So ataha asya ratrim ahuhu. Therefore, his night is said to be naimittika pralayam. So this is, his night is supposed to be naimittika pralayam. Night also last 1000 Chaduryugas, okay? So he sleeps longer time than any one of us. Continuing.
अस्मादृशां पुनरहर्मुखकृत्य तुल्यां सृष्टिं करोत्यनुदिनं स भवत्प्रसादात् प्राग्ब्राह्मकल्पजनुषां च परायुषां तु सुप्तप्रबोधनसमास्ति तदापि सृष्टिः
Bhavatprasadat saha punaha karoti. By your grace, Brahmaji again performs Srishtim Anudinam, the act of creation every day. Every day means his day, okay, not our day, his day. Ahar mukha kritya tulyam asmadrisham. Like the morning duties of people like us. Apitu tada parayusham. However, then for those immortal ones, Prag Brahma Kalpa Janusham, who are born in the previous Brahma Kalpa, Srishtihi Asti Supta Prabodhana Sama. Creation is like waking up from sleep. Now here, Bhattadri says, this is the case with all jivas like us. But Jivan Mukta Purushas, those people who are Chiranjeevis, like Markandeya, etc., Hanumanji, they're all Chiranjeevis. What happened to them when Pralaya happens? So he said, their body will not perish, but they will be also like sleeping like Brahmaji, and they will wake up like they have just got up from the sleep, like that. Continuing.
पञ्चाशदब्दमधुना स्ववयोर्धरूपम् एकं परार्धमतिवृत्य हि वर्तते सौ तत्रान्द्यरात्रिजनितान् कथयामि भूमन् पश्चादिनावतरणे च भवद्विलासान्
Asau athuna vartatehi. He, Brahmaji, has now been in existence. Ativritya ekam parartham. Having crossed one parartha, that means 50 years. 50 years of Brahmaji's time, okay. Panchashadaptham Svayordharupam, which is 50 years, forming half of his own lifespan. Brahmaji's lifespan is 100 years. So he has now already become old, 50 years, middle-aged person, Brahmaji. He Bhuman Kathayami, O infinite being, now I shall narrate Bhavat Vilasan, your sportive activities, Antyaratri Janitan Tatra, which took place at the end of the last of those nights. Paschat Dinavatarenecha, and then at the beginning of the next day. Now, Bhattadri is going to explain what happened after 50 years. Now it is Dvitiya Pararthe. If you listen to our Panditji doing Sankalpa, then you say, Amopaka Samasta Zuradakshatwara Shivarameshwara Prityattam Asminne Shubhadineshu Murte Vaivaswadamannandare Ashtavikam Siddhame Prathame Pade Jambudvive. They said Pararthe. They've said Pararthe. That Pararthe, Dvitiya Pararthe, they say. To read Dvitiya Pararthe means second 50th year. So first 50th year is over, and we are in the first 50th year. Now this first 50th year will go ever for us. We will not be there to see the end of it. And then what happened at that time? That is what Bhattadri says, I shall narrate to you. Continuing.
Dinavasane dhasarojayonih sushuptikamastvayi sannililye jagandi chattvajadaram samiyuhu tadedame karnavamasa vishwam.
Atha sarojayonihi. Then the lotus born Brahmaji, Dinavasane Sushuptikamaha, at the end of the day being desirous of sleep. Sannilille Twai, merged in you. Jaganticha Samiyuhu Tvajadaram. The world too merged in your abdomen. Tada idam vishwam asa ekarnavam. Then this whole universe became one with ocean. Continuing.
Tavaiva veshe phanirajisheshe jalaikasheshe bhuvane smasheshe Ananda Sandranubhavaswarupaha Swayoga Nidra Parimudritatma.
Bhuvane Janaika Sheshe Sati Tvam. When the entire universe was nothing but water. Now we can't even imagine with our mind. We can imagine the earth is completely enveloped with water. That we can imagine. But think about the entire creation is enveloped with water. That we can't even imagine. Ananda Sandra Anubhavaswarupaha. You of the form of supreme bliss itself. So yoga nidra paramudritatma, being absorbed in yogic slumber. That is why Bhagavan Vishnu is always lying down, Sheshanag. He is always in yoga nidra. Sheshe sma phaniraji sheshe. Were reclining on Shesha, the king of serpents. Veshe tava eva, who is none but another form of yours. Sheshanag is also another form of Bhagavan only. We saw Bhagavan created 14 lokas, and he himself is the 14 lokas. His feet is Patala and the head is Brahmaloka. So naturally, Sheshanag also is Bhagavan's own form. Continuing.
Kalakhya Shaktim Pralayavasane Prabodhayetyadishata Kiladau त्वया प्रसुप्तं परिसुप्तशक्ति व्रजेन तत्राखिल जीवधाम्ना.
Tatra adau, at the very beginning of Pralaya, Toya parisupta shakti vrajena. At the beginning of Pralaya, by you in whom the multitude of powers that had been merged on account of this merger, Akhila Jiva Dhamna, and who had become the abode of all Jivas being. So Bhagavan is everything, all the Jivas is merged in him. Adi Shata Kalakya Shaktim, and who had commanded your power called time. Now this is something like Iti Prabodhaya Mam, wake me up. Pralayavasane, at the end of the deluge. Prasuptam Kila, sleep was resorted to on Adishesha, it is said. Now, Bhagavan, before going into Yoga Nidra, he has commanded the time spirit that you wake me up. So it is something like auto-suggestion. When you want to go to the airport and you have to get up early morning. So before going to sleep, you tell yourself, hey, I want to get up like 4:30 in the morning. And you put the alarm also. In fact, you will get up before the alarm, isn't it? So that is why Bhagavan also must have done this auto-suggestion. He said, wake me up before he went into that yoga samadhi. Continuing.
चतुर्युगाणाञ्झ सहस्रमेवं त्वयि प्रसुप्ते पुनरद्वितीये कालाख्यशक्तिः प्रथमः प्रबुद्धा प्राबोधय त्वां किल विश्वनाथ.
Hey Vishwanatha, Evam, O Lord of the universe, Evam, in this manner, Toi Advitiye Prasupte, when you, without a second, were in yogic slumber, Sahasram Chaturyuganam Cha, for 1000 Chaturyugas, that is the Brahmaji sleep. Punaha Kalakya Shaktihi, then your power called time, Prathama Prabhuddha, having woken up first, Prabodhayat Tvam Kila, awakened you, it is said. So first time woke up, then Bhagavan he woke up the time woke up Bhagavan. That's why in Ramayana, you see, so many places in Valmiki Ramayana, it is said that when Bhagavan Ramchandraji and Lakshmana was traveling with Vishwamitra, in that Siddhashramam, they were resting. So it is said that before Bhagavan Ramchandraji got up, Lakshmana got up. So that Lakshmana is Adishesha. Adishesha stands for time. So time wakes up Bhagavan. That's the idea. Continuing.
विबुध्य च त्वं जलगर्भशायिन् विलोक्य लोकानखिलान् प्रलीनान् तेष्वेव सूक्ष्मात्मतया निजान्दः स्थितेषु विश्वेषु ददाध दृष्टिम्.
Hey Jalagarbhashayin, O Lord, reclining in the middle of the causal waters, Twamcha Vibudhya Vilokya, and you on waking up and beholding Akhilan Lokan Pralinan, all the world merged in you, Sukshmatmataya Tatha Drishtim. Sukshmatmataya means the subtle form. Then Tatha Drishtim, you cast a glance. Teshu Vishweshu Eva, at those world of themselves. Nija Antastiteshu, which are inside you. Those world which are inside you, Bhagavan glanced. Continuing.
ततस्त्वदीयादयिनाभिरन्द्रात् उदञ्जितं किञ्चन दिव्यपद्मं निलीननिःशेषपदार्थमाला संक्षेपरूपं मुकुलायमानम्.
Oh, Ayi Tata Udanchitam. O Lord, then emerged. Totiyat Nabhirandrat. From the opening of your navel, Kinchana Divya Patmam, a wonderful and indescribable divine lotus. Mukulayamanam, in the shape of a bud. Nilina Nishesha Padartha Mala Samkshepa Rupam, which was the subtle form of all objects that had merged in you. So that lotus bud consists of the entire creation in a bud form. Rose from your navel. Continuing.
तदेतदम्भोरुह कुड्मलं ते कळेबरात्तोयपधे प्ररूढं बहिर्निरीतं परितस्फुरद्भिः स्वधामभिर्द्वान्दमलं न्यकृन्दत्.
Tat etat ambhoruha kundalam kutmalam, that aforesaid lotus bud. Prarudham toyapate te kalevarat, which rose in the causal waters from your body. Niritam bahi, having gradually came out above the waters. Nyakrandat dvantam alam, and because of his brilliance, it removed the darkness completely. Spuratpi sodhama bhabhi paritaha, by spreading its own brilliance all around. Then what happened? Continuing.
सम्फुल्लपत्रे नितरां विचित्रे तस्मिन् भवद्वीर्यधृते सरोजे सपत्मजन्मा विधिराविरासीत् स्वयं प्रबुद्धाखिलवेदराशिः.
Now, in the Pralaya time, sun and the moons were not available. The entire creation was in dark. So this lotus, when it came out above the water, then what happened? It shed light and illumined the whole creation. The whole water creation, there was no creation, it's only water. So, tasmin nitaram vichitre, in that most wonderful saroje sambhullapatre, in that most wonderful lotus, the petal of which had fully opened up after coming of the water, the bud opened up. And bhavat viryatrite, which was supported by your yogic powers or prowess, saha patmajanma vidhihi swayam, the lotus born Brahma, who by himself prabhuddha khila veda rashihi avirasid, that Brahma, who himself knew all Vedas, appeared. When the lotus was opened, And in that, Brahmaji appeared. Continuing.
अस्मिन् परात्मन् अनुपात्मकल्पे त्वमित्थमुत्थापितपद्मयोनिः अनन्तभूमा मम रोगराशिं निरुन्धि वातालय वास विष्णो.
E Paramatman, O Lord, form of the Supreme Consciousness, Vatalaya Vasaha Vishnu, Lord of Guruvayur, all-pervading Lord, Tam Ananda Bhuma Asmin Patmakalpe, you of infinite glory, who in this Patmakalpa, Uthapita Patmayonihi Itham, awaken the lotus-born Brahma in this manner, Nanu Nirundi Mama Rogarashim. Pray, eradicate my ailments. So, how Brahmaji happened to be born in the lotus, that is explained. Now, what happened afterwards? Next to the dasakam. Now he proceeds to describe the steps taken by Brahma, creating various living beings. This dasakam is a summary of the Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. So chapter 8 to, I think 8 to 9, I think, yes. Continuing.
स्थितस्य कमलोद्भवः तव हि नाभिपङ्केरुहे कुतस्विदिदमम्बुधौ उदितमित्यनालोकयन् तदीक्षणकुतूहलात् प्रतिदिशं विवृत्ताननः चतुर्वदनतामगाद् विकसदष्टदृष्ट्यम्बुजाम्.
Sa Kamalodbhavaha he the lotus-born Brahma indeed, Stitaha tava nabhi pankeruhe, seated on your navel lotus, that lotus-born Brahma, seated on your navel-born lotus, Analokayan kutaha swit, not able to find from where, Ambutau idam utitam iti, in the waters of the deluge, how this lotus has risen, he did not know. Tadikshana kutuhalat. Now he was curious to know what is the source of this lotus. Vivartadana pradidisham, turning his face in every direction. Agat Chaturvadanata, became endowed with 4 faces. So Brahmaji looked all 4 directions. Every direction he developed a head. So that's why he's called Chaturananaha. Vikasa Dashta Drishtyambujam, with 8 eyes like fully bloomed lotuses. Continue.
महार्णव विघूर्णितं कमलमेव तत्केवलं विलोक्य तदुपाश्रयं तव तनुं तु नालोकयन् कयेष कमलोदरे महति निस्सहायो ह्यहं कुतस्विदिदमम्बुजं समजनीति चिन्तामगात्.
Vilokya tat kamalam kevalam eva. Seeing that lotus standing all alone, Maharnava Vikurnitam, quivering and tossing in the great ocean, Analokayan Tava Tanum Tadupashrayam, and not seeing your body, its support. Saha Chintam Agat Iti. Now that Brahma thought thus, he Kaha Esha Aham Nissahayaha. Who indeed am I? Seated without any help, all alone, seated in the lotus, surrounded by water, and the lotus in a precarious condition, supported by a stem. And that also you don't know from where that stem is coming, who is supporting the stem. Think about the condition, mental condition of Brahmaji. Mahati Kamalodare, inside this large lotus, Kutaha Swit Idam Ambujam Samajani. From where did this lotus emerge? Continuing.
अमुष्य हि सरोरुहः किमपि कारणं सम्भवेत् इति स्म कृतनिश्चयः स खलु नाळरन्ध्राध्वना स्वयोगबलविद्यया समवरूढवान् प्रौढधीः त्वदीयमतिमोहनं न तु कळेबरं दृष्टवान्.
Sambhavet hi kimapi karanam. There must surely be some support. Some support must be there. Otherwise, the lotus will not stand like this. Amushya saroruha itisma. For this lotus, having thus, Kruta nischayaha sa praudatihi kalu. Concluded that he, that Brahma of high intellect, indeed, Samavarudhavan Nalarandradvana Sayogabala Vidyaya. He, because of his yoga balam, yogic practice, Brahmaji became small and entered into the hollow of the stem. In search of the lotus stem, from where it is coming, the origin of the lotus stem, he wants to know. So he went inside, taking a small little form, and entered and went in search of the origin of the lotus. But na drishtavan tudiyam kalevaram, but he did not see your form. To atimohanam, which is indeed extremely enchanting. Continuing.
ततः सकलनालिका विवरमार्गगो मार्गयन् प्रयस्य शतवत्सरं किमपि नैव सन्दृष्टवान् निवृत्य कमलोदरे सुघनिषण्ण एकाग्रधीः समाधिबलमादधे भवदनुग्रहैकाग्रही.
Tataha saha na sandrishtavan eva. Therefore, thereafter, that Brahmaji not seeing at all, kimapi prayasya, anything, even after trying, Shata Samvatsaram Margayan, for 100 divine years searching, Sakala Nalika Vivara Margagaha, through all, going through the hollow of the lotus stem, Nivritya Sukha Nishannaha, returned and seated comfortably. He gave up his search and he came back and sat on the lotus comfortably. Kamalodare adade, in the inside of the lotus, Samadhi balam ekagradihi. Then firm concentration with single pointed intellect, he started meditating. Bhavad anugrahaikagrihi, desirous of only having your grace. Continuing.
शतेन परिवत्सरैः दृढसमाधिबन्धोल्लसत् प्रबोधविशदीकृतः स खलु पद्मिनी सम्भवः अदृष्टचरमद्भुतं तव हि रूपमन्दर्दृशा व्यचष्टपरितुष्टधीः भुजगभोगभागाश्रयम्
Saha Patmini Sambhavaha Kalu. He, the lotus born Brahma, indeed, Drida Samadhi Bandho Lasat Prabhota Vishadikritaha, with his mind purified by the knowledge which dawned as a result of undisturbed meditation. Drida Samadhi Bandho Lasat Prabhota Vishadikritaha Shatena Parivatsaraihi, for 100 divine years, Drishtva Andardrisha Tavahi Rupam, on seeing with his inner eye your real form, Adbhutam Adrishtacharam, wondrous and unseen before, Bhuja Gabho Gabhagashrayam, reposing on the body of a serpent, Adishesha, Bhujaka Bhoga Bhagashrayam. Vechashta Paritushta praised you, his mind becoming immensely happy. So in the meditation seat, Bhagavan gave him darshan. Continuing.
किरीडमकुडोल्लसत् कडकहारकेयूरयुं मणिस्फुरितमेघलं सुपरिवीतपीताम्बरं कलाय कुसुमप्रभं गलतलोल्लसत्कौस्तुभं वपुस्तदयि भावये कमलजन्मने दर्शितम्.
Now, how did Brahmaji saw Bhagavan? He is described here. Lord's form is described. How he revealed himself to Brahmaji. Ai bhavaye tat vapuhu te. O Lord, I meditate on that form of yours. Yat darshitam kamala janmane, that was revealed to the lotus born Brahma. Kirita makutollasat, shining with a splendid crown and a diadem. Katakahara keyurayuk, with bracelet, pearl necklaces and armlets. Manispurita mekhalam, with a golden waistband, resplendent with gems. Suparivita pitambaram, with a beautifully wove yellow silk cloth. Kalaya kusuma prabham, with the brilliance of the kalaya flower. And galata lola sat kaustubham, with the kaustuba jewel shining around the neck. Continuing.
श्रुति प्रकर दर्शित प्रचुर वैभव श्रीपते हरे जय जय प्रभो पदमुपैषि दिष्ट्यादृशोः कुरुष्व धियमाशु मे भुवन निर्मितौ कर्मढाम् इति द्रुहिण वर्णित स्वगुण बंहिमा पाहि माम्.
E Shruti Prakara Darshita Prachura Vaibhava, O Lord, whose abundant glory has been set forth in numerous Vedic texts. Sri Pate, a consort of goddess Lakshmi. Hare Prabhu, O destroyer of all sorrows, all powerful Lord. Hare means the one who removes all your sufferings. Prabhu means all powerful Lord. Jaya Jaya, victory to you, victory to you. Dishtya upaishi padam drishoho. Due to my fortune, you have become the object of my vision. Brahmaji is saying this. Tvam kurushva me dhyam. May you make my intellect karmatham bhuvana dharmitau ashu, capable of creation of the worlds at the earliest. Iditvam druhina varnita soguna banhima pahimam. Thus may you, possessed of innumerable excellences that were sung by Brahma. Now, Bhattadri says that Lord, O Lord, may you protect me. Bhattadri says, may you protect me.
लभस्व भुवनत्रयी रचन दक्षतामक्षतां गृहाणमदनुग्रहं पुरुतपश्च भूयो विधे भवत्वखिल साधनी मयि च भक्तिरत्युत्कडेति उदीर्य गिरमादधा मुदितचेतसं वेधसम्.
O Brahma Labhaswa, O Brahma, may you acquire Akshata Bhuvanatrayi Rachana Dakshata, unhindered ability to create the three worlds. Grihana Madanugraham, take my blessings. Kuru tapaha bhuyaha cha, and do penance again. Bhavatu atyutkata bhaktihi mai. May there be intense devotion to me. Cha akila sadhani, which is capable of accomplishing everything. Udire iti giram adadhaha. Saying this word, you did make Vetasam Udita Chetasam, made Brahmaji extremely happy.
शतं कृततपास्ततः सखलु दिव्य संवत्सरान् अवाप्य च तपोबलं मतिबलं च पूर्वाधिकम् उदीक्ष्य किल कंबितं पयसि पंकजं वायुना भवद्बल विजृंभितः पवनपाधसी पीतवान्.
Tataha Sakhalu Kritatapaha. Then he, that Brahmaji, again meditated for another Shatam Divya Samvatsaran, for another 100 divine years. Avapya Purvadhikam, and having attained more than ever before, Tapobalam cha Madibalam, spiritual and mental powers, cha Udiksha Pankajam Payasi, and seeing the lotus in the waters, Kampitam Vayuna, being tossed about by the wind. Pitavan Kila Pavana Pathasi, he drank up the entire air and water. Bhavat Bala Visrambhidaha, his powers having been enhanced due to your power, prowess. Continuing, last verse in the dasakam.
तवैव कृपया पुनः सरसिजेन तेनैव सह प्रकल्प्य भुवनत्रयीं प्रववृते प्रजा निर्मितौ तथाविध कृपाभरो गुरुमरुत्पुराधीश्वर त्वमाशु परिपाहि मां गुरुदयोक्षितैरीक्षितैः.
Punaha saha tava kripaya eva. Then he, that Brahmaji, by your grace alone, prakalpya bhuvanatrayim, having created these three worlds, bhu bhuvasvaha, tena sarasijena eva, out of that lotus itself, sitting in that lotus, he created these three worlds. Pravavrute praja narmitau, became engaged in the task of creation of being. He Guru Marutpuradishwara, O Lord of Guruvayur, Tvam Tatha Vita Kripabharaha, may you, full of such incomparable kindness, Paripahimam Ashu Ikshitaihi, protect me soon with your glances. Gurudayotshitaihi, soaked in deep compassion. So Brahmaji is born, the birth of Brahmaji, and how he started creation. Everything is given in this 8 and 9 dashakas. Now, next one is the variety of creation. Different creation he made. That is what is being described in this 10th dasakam. Let us start. If we not complete, it's okay.
वैकुण्ठवर्धित बलोध भवत्प्रसादात् अम्बोजयो निरसृजत् किल जीवदेहान् स्थास्नूनि भूरुहमयानि तथा तिरश्चां जातिर्मनुष्य निवहानपि देवभेदान्.
Hey Vaikuntha, O Lord of Vaikuntha Loka, Atha Ambojayonihi, then that lotus-born Brahma, Vardhita Balaha, Bhavat Prasadat, with his power enhanced by your grace, Asrijat Kilasthasnuni, created indeed a non-moving entities like trees, etc. Trees, mountain, all that. Then Bhuruhamayani Tatha, which grow on the earth, and in the same manner Tirascham Jati Manushya Nivahan, animal, birds, etc. Host of human beings, Deva Bhetan Api Jiva Dehan, and various gods also as bodies for the jivas. Different kinds of jivas, different bodies were created. Continuing.
मिथ्याग्रहास्मि मतिराग विकोप भीतिः अज्ञानवृत्तिमिति पञ्चविधां ससृष्ट्वा उद्दामतामस पदार्थ विधानदूनः तेने त्वदीय चरण स्मरणं विशुद्ध्यै.
Saha Sishtva, Brahmaji having created Mithya Graha Asmita Asmi Mati Raga Vikopa Bhitihi. Mithya Graha, misapprehension, Then asmi, asmimati, egoism, raga, attachment, kopam, anger, bhiti, fear. Iti panchavidam ajnana vrittim, which are the fivefold effects of ignorance: misapprehension, egoism, attachment, anger, and fear. These are the five byproduct of ajnana. Uddhamata padartha vidana dhuna. Now, having created this, repenting on account of having created these extremely tamasic qualities, he resorted to todiya charana smaranam, contemplation on your lotus feet, vishuddhyai, for the sake of self-purification. Maji also meditate. Now continue.
तावत् ससर्ज मनसा सनकं सनन्दं भूयः सनातनमुनिञ्ज सनत्कुमारं ते सृष्टिकर्मणि तु तेन नियुज्यमानाः त्वत्पादभक्तिरसिका जगृहुर्नवाणीम्.
Tavat sasarja manasa sanakam sanantam bhuyaha sanatana munim sanatkumaram cha. Then he, Brahmaji, created with his mind, mind-born sages, Sanaka, Sananda, and later says Sanantana and says Sanat Kumara, all the four boys he created. Tetu niyujyamanaha tena srishti karmani na jagruhu vanim. But they, although Brahmaji wanted them to help him in the work of creation, but they did not heed his words. Tatpada bhakti rasikaha, because they were interested in devotion to your lotus feet. They were not interested in karma marga. They were interested in nivritti marga. Now, after that, what happened is described here. Now, continue.
तावत् प्रकोपमुदितं प्रतिरुन्धतोऽस्य भ्रूमध्यतो जनिमृढो भवदेकदेशः नामानि मे कुरु पदानि च हा विरिञ्जेति आदौ रुरोद किल तेन सरुद्रनामा.
Asya pradirundadaha prakopa. Because when the children refused to listen to the father's words, naturally the father got angry. Brahmaji also tried to suppress his anger. Uditam tavat ajani mridaha, which had arisen, and out of that anger of Brahmaji came Rudra. Rudra Bhagavan was created. Bhavadeka deshaha bhruma madhyaha. Your part incarnation from between the eyebrows of Brahmaji. When you are angry, you bend your eyebrows. And from that, bending the eyebrows, Bhagavan Rudra was born. But he says here, Rudra is also Lord Vishnu's part incarnation, Amshavataraha. Sakila Ruroda Adav. As soon as he was born, he cried out loudly. Ha virincha kurume namani padani cha. O Brahmaji, provide me with names and abodes. So he cried out, that's why it's called Rudra. Tena abhavat Rudra Nama. He therefore happened to be known as Rudra. Continue.
एकादशाह्वयतया च विभिन्नरूपं रुद्रं विधाय दयिता वनिताश्च दत्त्वा तावन्द्यदत्त च पदानि भवत्प्रणुन्नः प्राह प्रजा विरचनाय च सादरं तम्
Saha bhavat pranunnaha. He, that Brahmaji, being prompted by you, Vidhaya Rudram Ekadashahvayataya, having endowed Vidra with 11 names, Vibhinna Rupam, with separate forms, Dattvaja Daitaha Vanitaha, and having given him 11 dear wives. So that's why Ekadasha Rudra. So 11 names given, 11 wives are also given, 11 abodes are also given. Now, if you want to know, I will tell you. Who are the Ekadasha Rudras? The first one is called Manyuhu, and his wife is named Dhi. The seat is our heart. Second one is Manu. Vritti is his wife, and the abode is sense organ. Third one is Mahinas. Ushana is Rudrani, wife. Then the seat is vital air. Then fourth one is Mahan. Wife is called Uma. The abode is sky. Fifth is called Shiva. Wife name is Niyut. The abode is wind. Kratudvacha. Sixth one. Sarpi is the wife name. Fire is the abode. Ugrareta. Ila is his wife. Water is the abode. Eighth one is Bhava. Ambika is his wife. Earth is the abode. Ninth one is Kala. Airavati is his wife. Sun god is the abode. 10th one is Vamadeva. Sudha is his wife. Moon is the abode. Dritavrata. Diksha is his wife. Penance is his abode. One more we take. Okay.
रुद्राभिसृष्टभयदा कृतिरुद्रसङ्ग सम्भूर्यमाण भुवनत्रय भीतचेताः मामा प्रजाः सृजतपश्चरमङ्गलायेति आचष्टतं कमलभूर्भवदीरितात्मा.
Then Brahmaji asked this Rudras, Ekadasha Rudras, to help him in the creation. Then what happened? Rudrapi Sishta Bhayata Kriti Rudra Sankha Sampuryamana Bhuvanatraya Bhita Chetaha. And this Rudras, Ekadasha Rudras, created host of Rudras with frightful looks. They fill the entire three world. Seeing that, the frightening look of these creatures, Kamalabhuhu Bhavati Nitatma, the lotus-born Brahma being prompted by you from within, Ajastatam iti told him Rudra thus, Ma srija prajaha. Please do not create any more subjects, creation. Then what I should do? He asked, do meditation. Go and sit down and meditate. Mangalaya tapachara. For the good of the world, do penance. There are 4 more verses. Is it okay? We'll complete it. Everybody ready? Tired? Listening? After this, you will see the avatars story. After this particular dasakam is over, then you see the Varaha avataram, all avataram comes, stories comes. That will be more interesting. Now, this is the development of the story. Continuing, let us.
तस्याधसर्गरसिकस्य मरीचिरत्रिः तत्राङ्गिरा क्रतुमुनिः पुलहः पुलस्त्यः अङ्गादजायत भृगुश्च वसिष्ठदक्षौ श्रीनारदश्च भगवन् भवदङ्घ्रिदासः.
So when the car manufacturers, when they find it is not working properly, having some problem, like this, what do you call that? That balloon, what do you call that?
Airbag.
Airbag. When the airbag is defective or something, what they do, they withdraw the entire production from the roads, isn't it? They withdraw. The same way, Brahmaji also made a mistake. He said, please withdraw. So the entire creation of Rudras, Ekasa Rudras were withdrawn and asked him, go and meditate. So now that is why Shivji is always in meditation. Then what he did, now when he looked at the creation, everything is gone. Now he started Atha Angat Tasya, thereafter from the body of Brahmaji. Sarga Rasikasya Ajayataha, who was intent upon creation, were born. Marichi, Atri, Angira, Kratumunihi, Pulaha, Pulastyaha, Bhrigu, Vasishta, Dakshaucha, all Saptarshis. Sages like Marichi, Atri, Angiras, Kratumuni, Pulaha, Pulastya, Bhrigu, Vasishta, and Daksha. That was the 8th one. Tatra Bhagavan Sri Naradaha, and also a great sage, Sri Narada, Bhavad Angridasaha, the servant of your lotus feet. So after the body of Brahmaji came, all these Saptarshis. In Bhagavatam, it is given very specifically, Utsangat Narado Jitne, Dachongushta Swayambhuvaha. So from Brahmaji's mind was born Marichi, from his eyes Atri, from his face Angiras, from his hands Kratu, from his navel Pulaha, from his ears Pulastya, from his skin Bhrigu, from his vital air Vasishta, from his thumb Daksha, and from his lap was born the blessed Narada. continuing. Yes.
धर्मादिकान् अभिसृजन्नध कर्दमञ्ज वाणीं विधाय विधिरङ्गज संकुलो भूत् त्वद्बोधितैः सनकदक्षमुखैस्तनूजैः उद्बोधितश्च विरराम तमो विमुञ्चन्.
Abhisrijan Dharmadigan, having created Dharmadeva also, Kardavam cha atha vidhaya vanim, and Kardama, and then he created Saraswati. Now when he saw Saraswati, Vidhi Abhut Angaja Sangulaha. Brahma was afflicted by what you call desire. Angaja Sangulaha. Uddhodidaha Tanujai. And he started going after Saraswati. But all the children, Sanat Kumaras and the Saptarishis, they all started telling, what Brahmaji, you are after your own child, what is this? Shame on you. So, Uddhodidaha Tanujaihi Sanaka Dakshamukhai Tvotbodhidehi. Being enlightened by his sons, Sanaka, Daksha and others. That was, Bhattadri says, it was prompted by Lord only. Tamaha Vimunjan Viraramacha. Brahmaji giving up ignorance, refrain from the lustful act too. Continuing.
वेदान् पुराण निवहानपि सर्वविद्याः कुर्वन् निजानन गणाच्चतुराननोऽसौ पुत्रेषु तेषु विनिधाय ससर्गवृद्धिम् अप्राप्नुवं स्तव पदाम्बुजमाश्रितो भूत्.
Sa asau chaturanaha, he that four-faced Brahmaji, Kurvan Vedan Purana Nivahan, having created the four Vedas and various Puranas, Sarva Vidyaha Api, Nijanana Ganat, and all other branches of learning from his faces, Vinithaya Taha Teshu Putreshu, and having imparted them to those sons, especially the Saptarishis, Aprapnuvan Sarga Vriddhim Abhut. Vriddhim Abhut. Aprapnuvan Sarga Vriddhim Abhut. Not accomplishing further creation, became Ashitaha Tava Padambujam, and taking refuge at your lotus feet. So Bhagavan created all the four Vedas, then Upavedas. Upavedas are called Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, then Sthapatyam, science of architecture, then the what you call Vedangas. So Vedangas are Siksha, Chandas, Vyakaranam, Niruptam, Jyotisham, Kalpa. So these are the Vedangas. All of them he created and taught to all his children. The last one.
जानन्नुपायमधदेहमजो विभज्य श्रीपुंसभावमभजन्मनु तद्वधूभ्यां ताभ्याञ्जमानुषकुलानि विवर्धयं स्वं गोविन्दमारुतपुरेश निरुन्धिरोगान्.
When he saw the creation is not progressing, it is totally dependent upon him, he meditated upon Bhagavan. Atha ajaha janan upayam vibhachya deham abhajat. So as prompted by Bhagavan, Vishnu Bhagavan, he divided his body into two. Stri pumsabhavam manudat dadubhyam. One portion became man, another portion became woman. So this is our theory is better, isn't it? 50-50. Not like Bible story. Out of the rib, the lady was created. It's not one rib, it is the whole half body. Tri pumsabhavam manudat vadubhyam. The form of man and woman, and they are called Manu and his wife Shatarupa. He Maruda Puresha, he Govinda, O Lord of Guruvayur, O Govinda, Tvam Vivardhayan Manusha Kulani, may you who are multiplying the human race, Tabhyam Nirundi Rogan, through them destroy my ailments. Okay, we'll stop here today. Sorry, I took 10 more minutes. I wanted to complete that. Now from 11th dasakam onwards, Varahavatara is there. Very important, very beautiful avatara. We will see that in our next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.